Hello and welcome to Cull the Weak. Back for another week of Sealed. I'm Brobnar89.
I'm Shaka.
And we are going to be hopping into our Worlds Collide Sealed game here. Normally when you're cracking Worlds Collide, what's the one house that you really don't want to see when you open Worlds Collide?
Definitely Brobnar.
Definitely Brobnar. But... well, you pointed out to me that when you open Sealed, Brobnar is not necessarily as bad to see in Sealed. You know, usually you're almost certainly not going to open a deck that has super competitive potential with Brobnar in it. But in Sealed, where board control can be so much more important, the Worlds Collide Brobnar can really get some stuff done and keep you in the game just by keeping your opponent off the board, keeping your opponent from reaping.
I think there is something to that. Like just having big creatures, you could fight Saurians off, and that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
But you would rather just have Saurians do that.
You would probably rather see Saurians than a bunch of Brobnar. That's true. But it's definitely not going to be the end of the world for you if you open Brobnar in your Sealed deck. Might not be the best thing, but it could be worse.
Yeah, and I'll remind the audience that Worlds Collide Brobnar deck won the Sealed Vault Tour at PAX Philly.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that is...
I mean, that wasn't the strong point of the deck, but
right.
It was in there.
That's good to know. There you go. So, what do you think you want to see when you open your Worlds Collide Sealed deck? We know Brobnar is not the top thing you want to see, but if it's in there, it's not the end of the world. What are you looking for?
Saurian, Star Alliance, and Logos, most likely. Shadows and Dis are okay. They might even be good.
Yeah, they definitely got a nerf from the other sets. They're not as sought after as in some of the other sets.
Yeah, I think a lot of the commons in Dis and Shadows are suspect in Worlds Collide. You can have some really good configurations in those houses, but it's not as consistent as like the commons in Saurian and Star Alliance. So the odds are you could open, if you see Dis, you might open, Lilithal and Malison, they're okay cards, or Dendrix, but they don't have the most interesting effects. In Shadows, yeah, maybe you see Hugger Mugger or the Vindas, like, they're okay in moderation. I don't want to see Untamed or Brobnar.
Yeah, Untamed is pretty underwhelming too.
Yeah, and I think those are the 7 houses. So yeah, be very happy to see Star Alliance and Saurian like number 1 by a lot, followed by Logos, and then Dis and Shadows a tier below, and then Untamed a tier below that, and then Brobnar even lower.
Right. And the general kind of theme for the Star Alliance is kind of make your board go. There's a lot of house interplay you can do with Star Alliance that can be really neat, especially if you've got Saurians out. Saurians tend to do really well on the board. They have a lot of excellent reap and fight effects. And so if you can trigger all your Saurians with your Star Alliance board, you can make a mega, basically double turn every time you call Star Alliance, which can be really fantastic, obviously.
Totally. And yep, I really hope I get a deck like that today.
Yeah, for sure. All right, should we go ahead and hop in the game?
Let's do it.
Oh, excellent. Great. I got Brobnar and Untamed.
All right, taking a look at mine. I got Untamed, boo. Saurian, excellent. Dis, not bad. So I would definitely pick my houses over your houses.
Yeah, I would prefer to have yours. That's for sure.
Yeah, as for the actual cards, I'm hoping to see lots of C. Controlling the board, so important in Worlds Collide. Most of the burst potential comes from a bunch of synergies on the board, snowballing with each other and becoming super powerful.
Yeah.
So I like to see board control, I like to see warding.
That sounds right. Yeah. I think for me, I have to hope that my Logos is so efficient that the insufficiencies of my other house can make up for it. That I can just go so fast to get lots of stuff done that it doesn't matter that my deck is going to be the card quality is probably going to be lower.
Weird opening hand. Don't think I really want it.
I'm actually pretty happy with my opening hand here. I think I'm going to go ahead and just throw out the memory chip and really hope you don't have any hard R in your deck. But I was really happy to see that in the opener. That's going to keep me efficient throughout the game, help me kind of cycle through these cards and hopefully get more stuff done.
Yeah, Memory Chip is a great card. So I think I just need to play some pips. So 3 Fates is nice. Ortanu's Binding, so that tells you something about my deck. Festering Touch, choose 2 creatures. No creatures. So I'll just say pass with 3 Amber.
Okay, well, I was hoping you would play some creatures so that this Tremor could do something. But oh well. Get these big Brobnar creatures out on the board, and that's going to be that.
Yeah, Memory Chip played on the first turn is a sign that they want to go into Logos again, or they have some effects in their hand that need creatures or some different board state. In my opinion, maybe some other people have thoughts. So I still am not going to put any creatures on the board. So yeah, I played Unsuspecting Prey. I don't want to damage Grodd Nine Toes. Okay, now I'm paying more attention to Grumpus Tamers. It means you have War Grumpus, probably 2 of them. Yuck.
Yes, it does.
One of the lowest SAS cards. And I always wonder, like, is this, maybe there's something to this, but I've never had a War Grumpus chain going. They don't even affect each other, like the Grey Rider, so.
Yeah, right.
Not impressive. Okay, so yeah, just gonna slang out more cards. One other thing in Worlds Collide sealed, which is pretty important, in my opinion, is creature count. And maybe I don't have that many creatures, just judging by what my turns have been like. And that could be a problem for me because I think these Worlds Collide sealed games are 1 on the board.
That's true. Yeah, you are not showing any creatures on the board yet, which is making me I'm feeling good about that, but I'm a little curious what's going on. Yeah, also another disadvantage of the War Grumpus is they don't even have a play effect.
Yeah.
So when you pull them up with the Tamer, it's nice for efficiency, but you don't even get immediate use out of them.
Yeah, you have to wait. Yeah, another reason so much worse than the Grey Rider.
Yeah.
Why?
So I'm going to go ahead and go into Logos, activate that memory chip, get some more stuff out on the board, and get a steal off there and a pip. Finally generating some amber.
And stealing, okay. So we have the same amber count, but you actually have a board.
Yeah. So that's something.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, get rid of that bibliophile.
That's a clear choice there.
And this key charge is not going to get used, so toss that.
Not anytime soon. Nope.
No. That card doesn't work very well in Worlds Collide.
No, because the Untamed just doesn't have the same burst that it does in other sets.
Key Frog would work nicely, though.
You could see Key Frog being more useful here. You could even trigger a Key Frog off of Mustic Marmook, which would be a pretty neat trick.
Oof. Just make sure you have 7.
You're right. I would definitely make that mistake. Okay. This is interesting. I guess I'm gonna do it. So I get to reap and pull. Oh, can I just not pull the Grumpus? Is it optional?
Let's see.
Reveal it
Nope.
and add it to your hand. It doesn't. It seems like that's not optional.
Yeah, I think you can fail to find it.
Right. Because it's giving me the option to choose done, but I seems to me like that's pretty clearly not a choice. Search your deck and
Yeah,
discard a
I
card.
agree with you.
Yeah.
It seems to be mandatory.
Right.
Verification is another issue as a question for the judges.
Yeah, that seems pretty mandatory to me, which is not great in combination with the Ghost Hawk, because now I've got this Grumpus in my hand that I can't play.
But
But
didn't you want that?
I did want the amber. That tells you how desperately I wanted that amber.
Yep.
And I've set my battle line pretty poorly here. That was silly.
Yeah, because of where Gebuk is, you can't put the Grumpus.
Yeah.
Don't worry, this battle line's going to be gone. So we'll do Tertiate.
Oh, good.
Actually, who do I want to get rid of? Probably that. Grand Nine Toes and I mean, if I kill Gebek, it actually would have the effect. I mean, I don't know. It has a lot of power.
I feel like it would trigger after the tertiate.
Yeah, I think so. But it's like, should I just kill it anyway, despite the effect? Mustic Mermaid? Yeah. Okay. All right, so I brought in your Bramble Links exhausted. So it's actually worked decently because then I can Axiom here.
Oh, wow.
So I've got that
Yep, there
creature
you go.
out and then killed it.
Right.
All right. So Senator Shrix, Exalt, and then you did play Information Exchange. Now you have multiples, and Gargantuan's a little bit tough to get rid of anyway. So this Mustic Murmook, do I actually want it around? I think it lets me control the game a little bit more, so I will ward it.
Yeah, even for Brobnar, that Gargantodon's pretty tough to get rid of.
Yeah, you can just see the quality of the Saurian house. Like that was way more productive than the previous turns I took.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And way better than this turn is going to be.
See the War Grumpus.
Yep.
Narp.
There it is.
Ooh.
In all its glory. And a Narp, yeah.
Can't even trigger the Narp.
Which is really not great next to the War Grumpus.
Oh, why? Why'd they do this to Brobnar?
The anti-synergy.
So how did you become Brobnar 89?
I had I was just getting into the game and I was in a big hurry to get a screen name. I'd just found out that you could play online. I just heard about TCO when I was really excited about playing. And I was trying to set up my account because I really, really wanted to play. And it was literally the first thing that came to my mind. It was something. I was like something that would just be silly because that's kind of fits my personality. And I just thought the word Brobnar sounded funny, so I went with it. And
that's a cool word.
Yeah, I was born in 1989, so funny internet thing.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I wonder where the name Brobnar comes from. It's a nice one. So I was Scullied in my hand, but I think this card is just so bad. I want to kill one of my creatures that has an effect for a card that doesn't have an effect.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think Cinder is a much better version of this idea.
I think this is what I'm gonna do here. I've got the interdimensional graft, which is not going to get me much here, but probably not going to get me anything. But I don't know. I might as well use it now because I don't think you're going to be bursting to super high numbers.
No.
And I'm forcing you to do something with... I'm forcing you to... not use the amber on the Shrix, which you probably would prefer to do. so it's
Hmm.
slightly better for me.
Yeah. There's no reason to use it because you'll just get it back, which
Right.
is what happened if you killed it.
Guess I might as well use this now for the Ire Staff. Man, I am not good at placing cards around the Grumpus. It's okay. It's not useful anyways.
Hey, can yeah, bulk it up.
That's right. That's right. I bet you're scared now.
He looks angry. All right, so regrettable meteor, no way.
Oh yeah, I guess it would just destroy your Shrix.
Yeah. So I'm gonna reap here. I don't think there's a good case to exalt right now. I could get greedy and do it. I don't know. If you take a Logos turn and fight in the Shrix, that's kind of good for me. So make that option look a little more appealing. Of course, I could just be messing with you.
Finally, I get a key. Hooray. I guess I'm only a turn behind you.
Yeah, that's keeping pace pretty well.
Surprisingly. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go Untamed. Unsuspecting Prey. Pretty easy who to choose for that. And then my own Mermook.
Oh no. Shrix.
I'm trying to decide how to fix my bad placement from before. Are you more likely to want to get rid of the Igor with Discombobulator or the Wormhole Technician?
You could blow up your own Igor so that War Grumpus can trigger on a
That's
giant.
probably the best move I have here.
I
Yeah,
think that's the high IQ play here.
gotta open up that flank for a giant creature there. That's the gamble of the dinos.
Well, you win some and lose some.
That's right. I don't think you have a ton of steel, so I'll put the Wild Spirit on the Molfin here. Which makes me really glad I with my interdimensional graft play earlier.
What about it?
That I kept the amber on the board. By playing it, I made you not use the amber that was on Shrix.
Mhm. So this guy was supposed to help out with Shrix, but the backup arrived too late.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been pretty rough for me.
So can try to clean up a little bit. Let's get Wormhole Tech, Exalt, Pompatus, fight Grumpus, Exalt,
Well, that solves my flank problem.
hit that. Okay. See what happens. I just make my creatures really big.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be difficult to deal with. There's a lot of big worded guys there. So I'm going to go Logos. Try to get some efficiency here. I was glad you chose to try to take out some of my creatures. Oh, it's choose. Oh, I thought it was from the top of the deck. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Oh. Yeah, I could have played that better.
Yeah, sometimes you can end up in a state where you're archiving Logos cards.
Yeah, right.
Ah, cancel unit. I like that card.
Yeah, Candle Unit is pretty great.
Mhm.
It discourages reaping, but it doesn't shut it down completely.
Yeah, I usually treat it as a Barrister Joyous situation, unless I'm gonna threaten the third key or something.
Right, exactly. It's like early mid game, it's kind of a must kill. But if you're about to close out or you've got a key cheat or something, then you can. It's whatever. I'll try to generate some amber here. I'm regretting my previous archiving mishap. And you can go over on that side. All right.
Ooh, Witch of the Wilds. Another card I like.
Yeah, that's a
Makes
good
you
one.
not have to call Untamed.
Big boards coming out here.
Yeah, sadly, I'll need to call Untamed here. All right, let's see Fangtooth Cavern.
Ooh.
That'll spice the game up. All right, so I've posed Pixies,
Ooh.
which will get Fangtooth, so it's useless. Who can I hit? 'Cause definitely don't want to Reap.
Right.
How about Witch of the Wilds?
Yeah, that seems like a good choice.
And then I will zap the Shaman.
Well, I'm not too worried about Eldest Bear making its way to the middle anytime soon. That's gonna take some time.
Yeah, he's leading from behind. He's very late to the battle line.
I think my best move is gonna be Untamed again. Do a Worlds Collide style burst, which is like 3 amber.
How many gimmicks are in your deck?
I shuffled, so I think it's just the one.
Oh, how did you do that?
The efficiency, the Logos is
Wow.
somewhat efficient.
We're on turn 10. I mean, games normally end around this point. Worlds Collide just takes some time to boot up.
It's more efficient than your deck, I guess. All right. What am I most worried about here? I can't take out any of your creatures, even with this, so I think I just Reap.
All right, I'm about to flip deck, so I think I can get my Ortanu on here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking about fighting it, but like the Murmook wouldn't take it out, and I'd have to fight it with both my creatures, and that just doesn't make any sense.
Yep. That candle unit is still there. Ugh. Ortanu, man, why isn't this a fight reap effect? That would be awesome.
That would be pretty neat, yeah. It would kind of fit the theme for Otanu, too.
Yeah. That candle unit is really messing me up. Oh, creative nature. Okay, all right, let's do it.
Ah.
Dis? I think this is the first time I have ever activated creative nature. I've played so much Keyforge. I've never done it until now. So the viewers are seeing this for the first time.
That's one of the advantages to Sealed. You get to try out interactions you probably wouldn't otherwise.
Yeah, it's fun. All right, so I'm gonna use the ability. So 2 damage with 2 splash. What's optimal here? So I think I can get everything except Gebuk. That's nice. Wait, did I? I didn't think about that very hard. Maybe there wasn't a way to kill him. I don't know.
Or were you trying to kill the Gebuk too?
No, I was pretty sure I couldn't kill him, but I thought I could get the Murmook. But I think the battle line, like you deal all the damage and then the battle line collapses.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, what I thought was going to happen did not occur. So pre-Archimedes nerf thinking.
I see. Yeah. I don't know if you would have wanted to kill the Murmook right now anyways, because you would make my key cheaper. So unless you're going to keep me off anyways.
Yeah, I'm trying to do some bursting.
Well, it's succeeding, I would say.
Let's put Senator Shrix back. I almost spilled the beans about what's coming. Okay, let's see. So your lowest power is a 4, so I can hit the Murmook, but you'll forge. Yeah, that's not ideal. I discarded my Soul Snatcher, That's probably right.
Yeah, I noticed.
I think it's probably the right move. I don't know. Now I'm not so confident.
Well, yeah, I mean, you took out most of my board. It might have been worthwhile, seeing as how. But then again, I'm not really capable of killing your board, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I think I'm gonna take the 3 fates and like tertiate out. That's not gonna be a thing anymore.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, and then I'll spike my own Infernus so you don't forge.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. I had a different plan this turn, but now I think I'm going to hit Logos, Archive, that I guess. I'm going to blow up my own Mermook, and I guess the Raptor so that it's... you can't use it with the ward on it. Makes it slightly less good, I suppose.
Okay.
And then the
Oh,
Graft.
So there's oh, you must have redrawn it. There may be a second one.
Yeah, I redrew. Or there's a second one. I'll leave you in mystery.
Okay. Gotta think about my turn here a little bit. All right. Trisorians.
Seems solid just looking at the board here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Put out Shrix. Do I hit? Yes. Hit this. Oh, Bramblinks again.
What are the chances of that?
It just can't. Yeah, it just keeps getting it. And actually, my Fang Tooth will handle it. So why don't we reap and then reap. Okay, that'll be all.
All right, well, I get my key. This game is pretty tight, I have to say. We've been trading board dominance. You slowly crept up on me, but and have far surpassed me now. But we are keeping pace pretty neatly here.
Saurians, man.
Yeah.
Just too good.
Yeah, I mean, and that was really the turning point of the game, is when your board dominance just started kind of taking over. And there was like nothing I could do about it. It's like I just have to hope to get enough amber before the game closes out here.
Mhm.
So in that vein, Warrior's Refrain, get that pip. Punish any reaping you might try to do here. And get these creatures down. Put the Grumpus in the right place for once. Boost Shorty, I guess.
All right. So I always like doing plays like this. Gonna see if I can Imperial Forge here.
Ooh. That would be a nice way to end. I would not feel I would not feel cheated if you finished with that. Wow.
All right. Good game.
Wow. That was a nice ending.
Yeah, I was just short. Well, not just short. I was short like a few amber the previous turn.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I have barn raising in my archive, and so my last ditch plan was to try to get just enough amber and like fighting off some of your bigger guys, maybe try to take out the Centurion or something.
Yeah,
but
these guys were so big because of the Pompatus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Centurion's 12, so Shorty would have done 9 damage, and Grog would have done... Well, I could have like fought the Grog into something else, gotten him bulked up, and then readied him with the War Grumpus and fought again. So I think I could have taken out the Centurion and made you lose, 2 amber with the barn racing. So I might have had an outside shot at it, but that was a nice way to end the game.
So should we take a look at the decks?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the deck lists here. All right, so my deck was True Eye, Spawn of Astermit.
And mine was Mrs. Dumbvate, the Crackling Leader.
Very nice.
Kind of a dumb deck. Well, maybe not. No, that's probably a harsh thing to say about it. The Saurian house was quite nice, and this was interesting. I'm glad I got an Ortanu off.
Yeah, that was pretty well done. That was some solid board control there. And I feel like Tertiate is it's a really fun wipe. If you've got a Ludo in your deck, you can use Tertiate to excellent effect, just picking off your own creatures that are loaded up with Amber. Like if we were in that same late game state there where you had a bunch of different dinos with a bunch of Amber on them and you had a Ludo down, you could have just picked off your own guys with a bunch of Amber on them and taken out all the problematic creatures on my side.
Yeah. Regrettable Meteor also accomplishes that. So there's ways to just really remove the Amber and remove the risk. Is super useful.
Yeah. But no Ludo here, no Scudum. So I think that's something really keeping this deck back from being super competitive is there's no way to delete the Dino Amber.
Yeah, that's an issue. You can spend it, well, you can't really spend it, but you can get value of it from the Imperial Forge. And Pompatus does protect it because it make it a lot harder to destroy the creatures.
But if I had a solid board wipe in my deck.
Yeah. But it looks like here you weren't really given much to work with. Like you have low creature control. You had a lot of creatures, but because the Brobnar was so slow, and my deck actually had 19 creature control, which is very strong. I was able to keep these creatures away, cleared the board with Axiom of Grisk, set up shop with the Tribune Pompatus. Ortanu is actually big. He destroyed 3 creatures. And then the creative nature. All right, I'm warming up to Mrs. Dumbvate. It was not dumb. It was a good deck.
For sealed, I'd say it's pretty respectable. I mean, you've got 3 board wipes just in Saurian House.
Like, yeah, I think I've been in like KFPL mode, and like I'm used to just looking at these super busted decks. But yeah, this is actually pretty good pull for sealed. I think could this go all the way in a sealed vault tour? I think the Amber control is too low. Yeah, that would be the main reason I'd say no. 2 key cheats is nice, but there's not quite enough burst, I think, to utilize those well.
Yeah, more or less once I got to check, I was able to forge, so that's kind of a problem. My very low expected Amber kind of helped you out there.
That said, I think you did a good job working with the cards you were given by trying to set up a board, because with all those creatures, like if I couldn't wipe the board, then you just have much more edge per turn. And I mean, you were 1 Amber away from threatening the 3rd key. So despite all the SAS difference, I mean, it was a close game.
Yeah, it was a fairly close game. And one thing that the deck did well for me was, it's got 2 Harmonia, and it's got the Dr. Millie. And I was actually able to use Dr. Millie and one of the Harmonias for value because you kept fighting down my board, which, made sense. I was able to find some value in those cards, kind of those catch-up cards, but it didn't do a ton. And I messed up with the Dr. Millie because I didn't read it. I thought it was archive off the top of the deck and not from your hand.
Oh, we've all been there. Yeah, no sweat. Cool. Well, that was Worlds Collide sealed. I think we saw Saurians being powerful, and we saw the importance of board.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it for Worlds Collide sealed. I think it definitely showed sort of the flavor that you're looking for. I was kind of ahead at the beginning when I had more of a board, and then you caught up and surpassed me as you dominated the board with those big Saurians. So I think that is a pretty good representation of what Worlds Collide Seals looks like.
Yeah, and I think of our 3 seal games, this one felt the most like a close match, and it's like back and forth, and
Balanced.
there were definitely decision points. And Worlds Collide was a great set.
Absolutely. Even though you occasionally, well, I would say even more than often, open duds, kind of like my deck over here, it still makes for a more interesting game than I think AOA Sealed does.
Yeah. It does take some time to boot up. Like in turn 10, not much was happening, and then turn 12, the game ends.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just escalated quickly.
All right. Well, I have been Brobnar89.
I've been shocking.
And thank you all for watching Cull the Weak.